My wife can score more than 2 buckets on 11 shots.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Call the Yankees my daddies.
And they run through our like through a tin horn, man, and we could not stop them.
My mom's weighing in. Is she mad?
Was to sign Lamar Odom, who was on crack.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
The Defend the Route podcast with Ethan Sanabria and Christopher Iacobelli.
Hello and welcome to the Defend the Route podcast on a new platform, YouTube, on our own YouTube channel. These are our faces. If you've been coming here from Apple Podcasts or Spotify, welcome. We appreciate you guys. Chris, for our new members and our new channel, can you tell us a little about who we are?
So with Defend the Route podcast, me and Ethan have been friends since high school. We just talk about a wide assortment of sports. We talk about soccer, or football. We talk about American football. Sometimes we talk about baseball, but we don't really get into it that much. We talk about basketball and any other trending sports topics. We always try to make an attempt to talk about.
You know what I mean? We even talked celebrity boxing.
We did.
Which was our first episode, which was a lot of fun. Actually, a Defend the Route exclusive. Chris doesn't even know this. I have a boxing fight on November 7th.
You?
Me.
Against
one kid named Jason, who goes to UCF. Talking a little bit of trash.
UCF
I decided to challenge him.
Oh, Jason.
Jason. He was talking trash. So I've been in the gym doing my thing, trying to get pumped up for this fight, November 7th. We're getting an actual ring.
Are you serious?
This is a dead set. Look, so we've been talking about it. Michael may or may not fight Anthony. John may or may not fight Raj. And then
Are you serious?
Emilio versus Enrique. This is a big thing.
Raj is fighting John?
November 7th.
Oh,
It's just in talks right now.
If that happens, you gotta let me know. You gotta let me know when. I will buy pay-per-view. I want to see this. John fighting Raj. How is that fair?
It's not.
How is that fair to John?
However, the only confirmed fight as of right now is me versus Jason.
You're the main card. You're the main event.
I am the main card. That's because he was talking trash, so I was like, all right, let's fight then. Let's have an opportunity.
Damn.
Mano y mano. We'll see who wins.
Damn. I should commentate for that.
Right.
I should commentate that fight for Defend the Route.
Live coverage on Defend the Route. I think that would be amazing.
I would have a good time commentating that fight.
That would be a lot of fun.
Anyway.
Maybe. We'll see. All right. As our Spotify and Apple Podcast listeners know, we always start with our trivia question of the day. This one is going to be an NFL-related trivia question, and then we'll go right into our NFL topics for today. Who holds the rookie record for touchdowns in a season for a wide receiver, and how many?
Rookie. I'm going to go with Julio Jones with 9.
Julio Jones is incorrect.
Oh.
It was Randy Moss with 17 in 1998.
I should have. When in doubt, it's always Randy Moss.
Fun fact, he only started 11 games, had 1,313 yards, and went 21st overall to the Minnesota Vikings. But little segue.
Like 1/4 of these touchdowns were from that one Thanksgiving game. Where he had three receptions for 3 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys.
Anytime the Cowboys can get whooped on national television, it's a great day.
Oh, yes.
Even if I wasn't born then, 1998. I was there in spirit. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Julio Jones and Shannon Sharp. Had a little bit of an illegal conversation on television. Can you go what was going through your mind when that clip went viral the first time you saw that?
First off, I am fairly certain this was staged. There's no way it wasn't staged, Ethan. There's no way. I don't think Shannon Sharp is that guy to call an NFL player, one of his friends, and not tell him he's live on air. I think it was 100% staged. But then again, that's not Julio Jones's like MO to be like that, because he's never been like that kind of guy. He's very like quiet, minds his own business, does his own thing. So like I don't know.
I think it's amazing. I think it's one of the best television moments that we've ever had on a first take type show. Like undisputed, the Skip Bayless moments and stuff like that. He went over and he just said he called him. And for you guys who don't know, essentially he called him on live air, which is illegal, and didn't tell him. And he went over and he was like, "Hey Julio, what's going on? Are you leaving the Falcons? Is there a chance you go to the Cowboys?" And essentially he said, "Oh yeah, I'm out of there." They'd be like, "Oh yeah, so are you going to the Cowboys?" "Nah, dog. I want to win. I want to win." On Skip Bayless's show, he called the Cowboys trash. Just for that, that's perfect. But I don't think this was staged. Just again, like the way you were talking, Julio Jones. He's not that type of diva wide receiver. He has diva type numbers without the emotional baggage of a star diva wide receiver. You've never seen Julio Jones complain about anything crazy. You've never seen him, throw babies off the balcony,
Too soon.
get in trouble, or like have poop fetishes on the internet about you.
OBJ.
Talk to Lil Wayne about leaving. No, you don't have those problems. Never calls out his quarterback. He goes out and plays his game. He survives. And he's probably the best wide receiver in the league. So it's like everybody wants him right now. It's been rumored only a second and third for Julio Jones. Maybe an offer of a first. I believe that came out a little bit earlier today, that there was an offer for a first. But if you're given a second or a third for Julio, do you take it?
100%. Well, yeah, from a championship team, yeah, I'd take it.
100%.
Yeah.
What are the landing spots for Julio Jones?
Well, people saying Tennessee is a landing spot. People are talking about right now. The Patriots, because they're the Patriots. They need a number one receiver. Green Bay should be an option. However, it's Green Bay, so it isn't an option. But if you're trying to get fun with it, there's a lot of other teams in all reality that could get Julio Jones. For example, imagine if the Chiefs get Julio Jones. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
On the Patrick Mahomes podcast.
Why? Think about
Welcome
it.
to the
Why
Patrick
wouldn't
Mahomes
they?
podcast, boys.
Why,
for a second rounder? Duh.
Second and third rounder? Go.
You add Julio Jones, Travis Kelce.
Yeah, you're in a win now mode. You're in a win now team. Who cares about draft picks? Look what the Rams have the best. Sean McVay has the best idea. He realized he was a championship team, and he risked it all. He gave up all his draft picks. Didn't they not have a first round and a second round pick last year? They didn't have a first, a second, and a third round pick.
That was our previous trivia question. I believe they didn't have a first round pick for 7 years in a row going on to 2024.
Exactly. He knows. John McVay knows how to play the game correctly. That if you're a championship team and you're in a win now mode, especially in the NFL, you risk everything to get that championship. Even if it doesn't work out, you still risk it. And that's what I'm saying. Chiefs, give up.
I mean, I was thinking, yeah.
Do the Ricky
third.
Williams trade.
Yeah, give up a third.
Do the Ricky Williams trade with Mike Ditka did, where he gave up the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, and the first round next year for Ricky Williams. Do that for Julio Jones. Who cares? If you have the cap space, who cares?
I have a question, Chris.
Yeah.
Didn't Ditka get fired from the Saints the very next year?
Yeah, because
is that neither here nor there?
Yeah, no, because he did that deal on a team that wasn't a championship team. There was a reason why they had the third overall pick, or whatever pick. I think it was 7th overall pick or whatever. They were trash, and Ricky Williams wasn't that good of a running back. But Mike Ditka was. He's Mike Ditka.
Okay. I digress. So let's go back to Julio Jones for a second. For a third or second rounder, I think it's obvious. You know how many second rounders and third rounders don't pan out? I mean, we had DeAndre Baker, just on the New York Giants about a year ago. until
He wasn't a second round pick. He was a 32nd overall pick.
exactly the
No.
first overall or first rounder. Sorry, first rounder.
No, but you're
First
right.
rounder,
He's
first
pretty
rounder
much a
for
second.
New
He's pretty much a second round pick.
It didn't even pan out.
Yeah, obviously he went to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't know about these first rounders, these second rounders, these third rounders. So why not get maybe arguably the best wide receiver in our generation?
Yeah, I agree.
For a second round pick or first round pick. It makes 100% sense.
Packers should be doing that. I don't know why the Packers are not doing that because they're Green Bay.
Green Bay is in a different situation for right now.
We've talked about it. If you want to
choice.
listen to more about our views on Aaron Rodgers, listen to our last episode, and we go into it about Green Bay.
I think we're actually going to put our audio on this channel, so you guys are actually going to be able to listen to previous episodes and podcast episodes from previous episodes. Gosh, now I'm just saying the same thing over and over and over again. But like, you can listen to previous episodes without our faces. It maybe you prefer that. It'll be on this channel as well. So, but yeah, I want to go back. Sorry, back to Julio. Do you like AJ Brown trying to court his role model through TikTok? And
what a Gen Z thing to do. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's the way. If AJ Brown thinks that's the way it's gonna work, hey, all power to you if it actually works out.
Can we talk about the tweet, or not? Sorry, the Instagram DM where on draft day he was like, "Hey Julio, I just want to let you know you're like my favorite wide receiver in the entire league. It's for like big guys like you who really paved the league for us." And then he left him undelivered. Straight savagery. And I just feel bad. But like,
no, I don't feel bad. That's Julio being Julio.
You don't feel bad. Oh, all right. But how interesting would that Titans team be? Ryan Tannehill, who is, I believe is a very, very underrated quarterback, especially for this generation. Are we going to talk top 10 in the league right now?
No.
Maybe that's a little bit of a hot take. Maybe that's a little bit of a hot take. Maybe we'll go into it in another future episode. But Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, Julio Jones. One of the best offenses in the league, top 5.
Wow, the team is so good. It might make it out of the wild card round. I'm not as high on Tennessee as most people are, Ethan. In all honesty, I don't think I don't like Mike Vrabel. I think he's annoying. I don't think because Mike Vrabel acts like he's such like an intellectual. Like, oh, I look at the numbers. Yeah.
This is the same guy who said if he would win a Super Bowl, he'd cut off his penis.
He acts like he's so like analytically gifted and like, oh, he looks at all the analytics and stuff, but then he's inconsistent. Like, remember against the Baltimore Ravens, it was 4th and 2 on the 42-yard line, and he didn't go for it. He punted. Like, it's situation like some of his situational awareness. It's just like people praise him because he was coached by Bill Belichick and like, oh, he's a genius. He knows situational football. He's fugazi with it sometimes. He's inconsistent. Like, he can't be all this big, oh, I'm a big analytical guy, and he doesn't follow the analytics. He picks and chooses when he wants to follow analytics.
Question, Christopher.
Yeah.
Was he a DC or an OC? He was a DC, correct?
Yeah.
Or an OC? Yeah.
Defensive.
He had one of the worst defenses. Yeah.
That's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. They actually didn't have a pass rusher. That's not his fault. Jadeveon Clowney was injured, and who's the other edge guy? I forgot his name. Henry. Oh god, I'm drawing a blank. But like, they had no edge rusher.
But you still had Malcolm Butler in the background.
Malcolm Butler isn't good. That's another guy. Who's you had the new guy we signed. The new quarterback we got.
He's a starting quarterback. Yes, Logan Ryan.
What's his name?
Correct.
No, not Logan Ryan. The new guy. The new guy we just signed.
No, the other one. No, but didn't they have Logan Ryan as well?
They did have Logan Ryan. He's the guy who, he picked off Tom Brady in Gillette Stadium. But the guy we just signed, the corner we just signed, the slot guy. The Giants just
Imagine
signed
being
him.
a Giants fan. All right, we're gonna have to do a little research. Chris, I'm gonna look that up. Continue talking.
But yeah, no, I don't think I like I said, Julio can go there, and I don't think Ryan Tannehill is a dynamic enough quarterback to utilize Julio Jones to his best potential. Like I understand Julio Jones is old now. He's like what 31, 32. But like if you give him a good quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, I think honestly he could have like a Randy Moss Patriots type season. I think he's that good of a wide receiver. It's just that he's kind of in a bad situation with the Falcons. With Matt Ryan's a good quarterback, but he's just a pocket guy. He's kind of old. But yeah, did you find out who the guy's name is?
Adoree Jackson.
There we go.
Which I feel like
Jackson.
we should have known. That's fine. Yeah. It is what it is. All right. You come here for the entertainment. Maybe not all the facts and names, but like we're having a good time. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Is Julio a top 5 wide receiver?
All time?
Sorry. Yes, all time. Okay, I just want to make sure. Obviously a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now.
You could make the argument, but okay, Randy's there, right? Randy's there. T.O.'s there. Jerry Rice is there. Now, what are the other two?
It's a great question.
That's the thing. Who are your other? Because those 3 are in it, no matter what. They're in it. It's just the other 2. See, Calvin Johnson could be. Antonio Brown, in all honesty, could be there, I think.
Do you think Antonio Brown is better than Julio Jones?
Yes. In Antonio Brown's peak, I think he's better than Julio Jones' peak.
I guess, but like consistency, I mean, you look over the first 10 years of Julio Jones' career, he's second in yards, and as well, he's first in yards per game. It's one of those comparisons that I don't really like to make. It also depends on, like, do you believe Ben Roethlisberger was a better quarterback than Matt Ryan for most of their careers? So, I mean, I think Julio's catches are just more impressive as well. I mean, he's like one of those big body wide receivers who can go get it.
He's the perfect wide receiver. He's literally perfect. There's nothing wrong with him. He can run. What was his 40 time? Like a 4.37. He's 6'3". He's big. Like he's perfect.
There's no Julio. There's every year you try to look for a Julio Jones, you can't find a Julio Jones because Julio Jones is one of a kind.
He is. Yeah. He's a faster Megatron.
Ooh.
He is fast. He is faster than Megatron.
No, I agree. Megatron versus Julio Jones.
I would pick Megatron over Julio Jones, but Julio Jones is a faster Megatron. Megatron was just different.
Wait, so all right, so let me hear the wide receiver rankings. You have Megatron and Antonio Brown over Julio Jones.
Yeah.
I disagree. I'll put Megatron ahead, number 1, and then Julio Jones,
5,
and then Antonio Brown. But I mean, agree to disagree. It's one of those things where you can really argue, but like, there's no wrong answer.
Aren't you the guy who benched Julio Jones when he had 300 receiving yards? And you know why I remember? Because you're going against me. I remember that, Ethan. I'm never gonna let that go.
On podcast.
You benched Julio Jones
on podcast. Wow. You really had to bring that up.
I'm never gonna let that go. I remember
lost all credibility. I lost all credibility on the first episode of YouTube. Me.
You should. I remember
on my own podcast.
I remember I was in Walmart and I was getting notifications saying like Julio Jones was like racking up all these yards. I'm like, oh damn, I'm going against Ethan today. And I'm looking at the points, like, wait a minute, why am I still in this game? I scroll down to the bench on the very bottom, I see Julio Jones, 45 points. Oh.
See, I try to forget that game. So I don't know who won. Did you win or did I win?
Oh, you ended up still winning. That's what's fun. Even funnier.
I ended up still winning. Okay.
You ended up still winning.
Okay. But like to that point, I remember 3 games before he had like 4 points, 3 points, and then like 10 points. So I was like,
but it's still Julio.
And I had good options off the bench.
You overthought it.
You have to put it into context. Yeah.
You overthought it like Pep overthinks his games, which is something we will talk about. We will talk about.
You see the aware. We will. But we're gonna get into a little Aaron Rodgers. Miles Turner, not the basketball player, the lovely actor, was hanging out with Aaron Rodgers on vacation with his fiance. Aaron Rodgers to the Eagles.
No, I saw this in the
Oh,
notes.
thank God.
I saw this in the notes, and I was like, Miles Turner. I was like, so the basketball player. And then I saw he's going to the Eagles. I'm like, wait a minute, Miles Turner still plays for the Pacers. I was so confused. So I'm glad you cleared this up. But yeah, no, he's not going to. He's not going to the Eagles. That would be the day he goes to the Eagles.
No, thank God.
Thank God.
Philadelphia has the worst fans in all the NFL, in all sports, actually. But we'll get actually into that during the playoffs, our playoff breakdown. But, okay, so landing spots for Aaron Rodgers.
I hope he doesn't go to Denver. I just hope he doesn't go to Denver.
And I'm okay. I'm okay with him going to Denver if Denver also tries to get Julio Jones. Because then you have Denver, Julio Jones, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and
no O-line.
No O-line, correct.
No running back, but that's whatever.
No running back. Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay.
And you have an above average
and then
defense.
A solid defense.
You have an above, yeah.
Yeah. I would be very hyped for that.
You have no coach, no established head coach.
What, Vic Fangio's still over there?
Exactly my point.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
John Elway's not there anymore, so.
John Elway left?
Well, no, he's still there, but he doesn't pick players anymore. I don't think he's like up. I think he's there, but I don't think he can. He's had a rough few drafts with quarterbacks.
I mean, Paxton Lynch, he was there for like a season.
Drew Lock,
I don't know.
Fooled me.
This man's, he was, but even in Mizzou, he wasn't that good. Like, I don't know. I mean, he's tall, he's white. He fits the description.
That's John Elway's perfect quarterback.
The perfect quarterback. Do you check two boxes? Can you throw the football? That's not
strong
a worry
arm
here.
Yeah, be
strong arm.
White.
Tall.
Can move
white.
a little bit.
3. Okay, 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Rodgers actually picks those up, except for he's not really that wide. He's kind of skinny.
He is. He's not. I understand. Well, actually, okay. Now
I'm talking about. I'm not talking about between like you and me, like the normal human being. I'm saying in terms of like a quarterback, he's a little bit skinny.
I don't know. I saw his shirtless, vacation pics.
Even that, he still looks he looks a little slim. No, I thought he looked slim.
Really? Okay. So he looks slim, but his body is built wide.
Oh yes. That makes
sense. Yes. So that's what I was trying to get at. But yeah. All right. Enough about Aaron Rodgers' physique. This is a little weird. What about the New York Football Giants?
I said this in the podcast. We said this. It makes so much sense for him to go to the Giants. I don't. Let's hear me out. Listeners, hear me out. Hear me out. Aaron Rodgers is a big city guy. He's from California. He likes the lights. He likes the attention. He likes all the glamour. So that's why I thought he would go to San Francisco, LA. The Rams have a quarterback. The Chargers have a quarterback. San Francisco has a quarterback. So that's out of the picture. New York City is the biggest city in the world. How much more attention do you want? How much bigger market do you want? You're going to a team that needs a quarterback. The Jets, I thought a little bit made sense, but you drafted Zach Wilson. If Daniel Jones doesn't work out by Thanksgiving, I swear you're going to hear rumors about Aaron Rodgers going to the Giants. He's got his new wife, Cheryl Woodley, the girl who's in Fault in Our Stars and Divergent series, great actress. She's going to be happy living in New York. He's going to be happy living in New York. I don't see the problem. It's perfect. The only problem that if he's going to live in New York, the only problem is he's got to cross the George Washington Bridge. And we've talked about the George Washington Bridge. That's fine. Just leave an hour early. You'll get to
$20.
Yeah, you just got to pay going back to the city. But that's fine. Just leave an hour early. And then your chauffeur will drive you there. You go to East Rutherford. It'd be great. You have a nice practice. You can see all the buildings in Manhattan. It's beautiful. If you mess up a little bit, the media will kill you. But it's gonna be great. He could be throwing out first pitches in Yankee games. It'd be great. But yeah, no, Aaron Rodgers should be a Giant by the end. By next year, Aaron Rodgers should be a Giant.
We got the red Yankee on.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I have the same theory, except with a different player. The New York Football Giants
Tom Brady.
are going to be in for Russell Wilson.
No, he's not
And
leaving.
let me tell you
He's
why.
not leaving. But go on, go on.
Let me tell you why. They have a poor offensive line. They have terrible weapons. Pete Carroll, he's good. But if you look at his track record, a lot of the players that he brought in were from the Pac-12 when he won his championship. He knew who was good in that division, and they drafted him. I don't think he can draft as well as a lot of people say he can. Look, when you look at that division, you have the Arizona Cardinals, and if Cliff Kingsbury doesn't touch that team, I believe that's a playoff team. DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt. Now J.J. Watt's on crutches, but he's a good player still. Who's that other pass rusher that they have on the edge who's really, really good?
Jones.
And then Buda Baker. Jones, exactly. Jones. And then Kyler Murray is really, really good. The San Francisco 49ers are going to get healthy this year, and that defense is still legit. You get Greg Kittle back. Their offense is still good. Maybe you throw in a second rounder, for Julio Jones. That's an opportunity. And the Rams are the best team maybe in the NFC. Maybe. Whoa, maybe. I'm just bold takes.
Yeah.
I still think it's Tampa, but maybe. Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, gonna have a great opportunity to see what that team is like. Remember, this is a defense that was on pace to be one of the worst in the NFL last year and turned it down maybe just a little bit. They have a chance to be last in that division, in a very good division for the first time in a long time. There's going to be a little controversy in Seattle. I believe after this year, Russell Wilson, he's going to be on the trade block, especially when he was previously on the trade block and they were doing decent. When they end up 8-8 or maybe 7-9, well, we have 17 games this year, so 7-10 or 8-9. There's a potential for Russell Wilson, and when Daniel Jones, now I pray to God Daniel Jones is good, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it. He has an opportunity to go to the New York Football Giants. You have 2 first-round picks. You think the Bears are going to be good with Justin Fields right away? No, I don't. How many rookie quarterbacks come into the league and turn it around? Rushing, what? Yeah, Robert Griffin III and Cam Newton. And where's RG3 now? So all I'm saying is there's an opportunity for Russell Wilson to potentially be had at the end of the year. Don't be surprised if he changes teams. Go ahead. I know you want to just destroy my argument real quick.
No, remember 3 years ago, whatever, when Russell Wilson was being a little bit flustered, and there were rumors that he wanted to go to the Giants with Ciara and stuff. He wanted to go to New York. So it makes sense, but I don't think Russell Wilson is going to leave, and I don't think Pete Carroll will let Russell Wilson leave. The only way Russell Wilson leaves is if Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, they're like connection, what's the connection or whatever, is so the relationship is pretty much just broken to the point that they can't even function together. Like, how Brady and Belichick the last 8 years, they kind of were like, but I'll work with you still. That's what it is with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson right now. Right now they're like, I mean, you're my boss, and we'll work together and we'll whatever. And also, when Russell Wilson complains, unlike when Aaron Rodgers complains, the Seahawks actually give him what he wants. He complained about the offensive coordinator, whatever, so they got him an offensive coordinator he likes. He complained about the O-line, so they start drafting O-linemen, and they sign O-linemen in the offseason. So, they actually give him stuff that he wants. He's the king of Seattle right now. There's no reason for him to leave. Now, unless Ciara actually, starts getting pissy and saying, I don't want to live in Seattle. I want to live in New York. I want to live in somewhere else. Then that could happen. But if that doesn't happen, I don't see Russell Wilson ever leaving. I would want him in New York. It'd be great for him to be in New York. He's a little bit old, but it's fine. But I don't think he's leaving. Fun fact: how old is Russell Wilson?
Plus, he could be here for spring training. That's a great question.
He's a lot older than you think. He's 32.
Really?
He's getting up there in age.
Yeah, I said 31, so I'm not too off. Yeah, he's getting up there. He's still really mobile.
Yeah, but that's another thing that I'm worried about with
Best
Russell
player
Wilson.
to never win. What?
To never win
His
MVP.
age? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, maybe potentially the best player to never win MVP. I mean, it's an
Drew
argument
Brees.
between him and Drew Brees. But yeah, I don't know. I like Russell Wilson more. I don't know.
Then who?
It's just kind of just maybe growing up on him. Drew Brees as a player.
I don't know. Drew
I
Brees
think
is
he's
kind
more.
of.
He's fun to watch. Drew Brees is dope. But like the things Russell Wilson can do with the ball, it's just so beautiful. So
Yeah, you can lead a team to being 10-6. And getting bounced in
with
the
a
playoffs.
terrible defense.
So beautiful.
He could beat the Rams.
Throwing
the
picks
wild
on the
card game.
2-yard line in the Super Bowl. Beautiful. On slants.
All right.
Literally
You can also win
making.
Super Bowls.
Yeah,
Win
with
Super
the
Bowls against
Legion of
the
Boom.
Broncos.
Yeah, with the Legion of
Ah.
Boom.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
All right.
Who won that
No.
Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Who
he
won that
did
Super Bowl?
win.
Who won that Super Bowl?
That's a
Russell
great
Wilson
question.
or the
That's a
defense?
great question.
Or the
Did they put
fact
up,
that Peyton
38
Manning was
points?
playing in a cold weather city.
Didn't they put up like 38 points? It was like 38-6.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna say the Denver Broncos lost that Super Bowl,
No,
and it was a great team effort by Seattle.
no, Ethan. Let's be realistic. The Legion of Boom won that Super Bowl.
All right, let's move on because we'll be here forever. All right, as you can see, Aguero's on the back of my wall. It is a sad, sad day for me. Where do I begin? I knew we were going to lose that game at 2:30 when that lineup came out. Let me tell you what was going on. I picked up my phone, was excited, I felt confidence, and then I looked and got the notification of the lineup. And I was like, I'm supposed to be my friends at a pub today to watch the Champions League final. I don't even want to go anymore. And I shouldn't have gone. To hear the screams of Chelsea fans excited when the widest gap in the history of widest gaps, because there's no central defensive midfielder in the middle, to let a through ball from Mason Mount to Kai Havertz to go in and just hit it right on Ederson, where he was able to get it and just kick it right through. And that lost us the game because we didn't play a central defensive midfielder. And we didn't deserve to win that game whatsoever. And that's not the only reason we lost. We weren't able to create chances whatsoever. But I feel as though if we had a central defensive midfielder, it would have been 0-0. Compared to maybe 1-0. It should have been 3-0 to start the game. Werner missed a chance. Somebody else missed a chance. Pulisic missed a chance as well. And then Havertz scored. It should have been 3-0. The game should have been 3-0. We looked horrible. It was 20 minutes. I'm watching the CBS broadcast, and somebody says, in his little cheeky British voice, he goes, wow, City hasn't had a shot on target for the last 70 minutes. That's insane. I was like, oh, thanks for the reminder. And I have false hope. Because I'm like, where's Sergio? And I have my drunk boy at the bar screaming, Sergio. Classic Manchester City chant. And we didn't give our boy one opportunity to even hit the ball in the box. And there was no opportunity. It's a Pep disaster class. You're telling me we go in and beat PSG 2-0 and 2-1, I believe, on the first leg, where we beat 2-1. And we didn't even play a central defensive midfielder. We didn't play our best lineup. We didn't even play Fernandinho and CDM. I'm so concerned. Please go into more detail, Chris, about what happened. Because as soon as you start bringing back the memories, I'm going to go all in. Just tell me what happened that Champions League final?
Well, what happened was Pep overthought it. That's what happened. His logic. This is what I would think. I'm pretty sure he was thinking. His logic was Chelsea plays so narrow because the way their play style, because they played a three. They got three. It was a 3-5-3 basically, and it's a narrow 3-5-3. So his logic was, I'm gonna abuse the pace outside. I'm gonna have Foden, Bernardo Silva as my CMs, and I'm gonna have pace with Raheem Sterling, and then right wing I'm gonna have Mahrez, and I'm gonna not play with a striker because he's built different. He's gonna play with Kevin De Bruyne as a false nine, right? That only works if your players out wide can actually play out wide. And Reece James kept Sterling in his pocket the entire game. Legend has it, Sterling is still in Reece James's pocket. Ben Chilwell, whatever his name, Ben Chilwell, whatever. What did Riyad Mahrez do other than miss that one chance with in the 95th minute? I know you watched that. And I know your heart stopped a little bit when the ball came up. But what do you guys say? What do you guys say?
Listen, I don't understand. Again, let's go back in. Why are we starting Sterling in a final? That it makes zero sense. He had one game this entire season, which he did semi-decent. He had a hat trick. I think it was against Brighton. I'm not too sure. But he had an opportunity to score six. And he only came up with 3. He shouldn't even have been an option.
I know.
I'd rather have Cole Palmer or whatever, the other guy. The striker has an opportunity. Why aren't you playing Foden at left wing, De Bruyne in the middle, and then Mahrez on right? You have Silva and Gundogan as your 2 central midfielders, and then you have Fernandinho.
Well,
Rodri kind of played himself out in the last couple games. But there's no way you're telling me that in our false 9 system, in which we had no opportunity to actually have somebody come into the box and hit the ball because we have a whole bunch of midfielders, you're going to take the one guy, Gundogan, who all season, 13 goals in the Prem, the only person who goes into the box and has an opportunity to hit it in for the most part, outside of Foden every now and then. But the only person, and you're going to play him as a 6?
Yeah.
Who?
He overthought it. He overthought this game. There's no reason that there's no reason you play your best. He was your best scoring option. He has more goals in the Prem than Sterling, than Foden.
Sterling.
Than De Bruyne. Than
name
Mahrez.
any player.
I think does he have the most goals for your team?
He's the most goals for the team.
You playing him at CDM.
Why is he playing as a 6?
Yeah, you didn't give him enough time because eventually you did move him to CM when they put Fernandinho in. I don't know what minute.
Correct.
But you didn't give him enough time to make these runs.
What, in the 65th minute?
Yeah, you give him 30 minutes. All right, go. It's a 90-minute game. 2/3 of the game he was playing CDM, which is not. He can play CDM, whatever, but that's not his best suited position. Basically, Thomas Tuchel outclassed Pep Guardiola.
I just don't understand. Oh,
Pep got outclassed.
And it's not the fact. Look, this is a Chelsea team that we've lost to twice already. We've won once. So we lost in the FA Cup, and we lost in the Premier League. We lost to them 3 times in 6 weeks, Chris. And you're telling me you're not going to put out your best lineup for an opportunity to beat them?
Well, his logic.
I understand they substituted.
Yeah.
I don't care what his logic was. His logic is illogical.
This has proved the fact, though, that you need a number 9.
Oh, 100%.
100%. You're giving up on the false 9?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm giving up on the
I love the false 9.
The false 9 it's fun.
That's the greatest invention that Pep Guardiola has ever brought to anyone has ever brought to football. That's genius. But when Barcelona did that in 2011 with Messi, that was genius. Absolutely genius.
Against Real Madrid?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
the story.
Impressive. I 100% agree.
The story of where they came up with I wish I was in the room when that was created. It's a genius story. The Pep Guardiola was watching film and he was looking at the center backs and he was like, if I put Messi in the middle with his skill, you can't stop them because you would have to come up. And if you come up to, because if you play Messi on a false nine, with all that space where a center back and a false nine would be, they have to come up. If they come up, you have the two wings cutting inside. It's literally unstoppable. But that only works with Messi. De Bruyne, it would also work with De Bruyne, but like, let's be real, Messi's not better than De Bruyne's not better than Messi. And also, you guys had clearly other issues such as not playing a CDM. But I don't know. I don't think you guys should give up on the false nine. I think
that's prime Messi as well.
I think
the
false
first
nine
game
works.
that they ever played with a false nine was El Clasico, right? Ended like 5-1.
Yeah, that was also when Messi did that. Messi had that goal with where he had two when the entire was like 2, 3, 4, wonderful, because he dribbled past the entire Real Madrid team. That was great. That was a good time to be a Barca fan.
Yeah, that was a good time.
But anyway,
are you a Barca fan? Are you a Barca fan?
Over this, I'm a Messi fan.
You're a Messi fan, but you're a Manchester United fan, right?
I do like Man United.
All right, so let's talk about the Europa League from one Manchester to another.
For the content, I'll be a Man United fan. Sure, I'll be a United fan for content.
What fan are you?
I'm like I said. When it comes to soccer, I'm just a Messi fan. I root for Barcelona, but that's just because of Messi. Like I'm not really a fan of anything. I'm not good. I'm scummy.
That's fair. Like the LeBron, LeBron syndrome.
Yeah, they said they pick an oil money team.
All right. Yeah. No, pick an oil money team. It's hilarious. I mean, we've already been over this story, but like, why I'm a Manchester City fan? Because they were fun to play with on FIFA. That's it. Like 2014, first FIFA game I ever picked up. My dad was never really a big soccer fan. I played soccer, but I never really watched soccer. But I just like the pace of Jesus Navas, Aguero, Checo, which he's actually pretty slow, but played him up front. Yaya Toure. It was just a team to play with.
Nasri. That was back when Nasri was on the team.
Nasri, yep. Zabaleta.
Clichy,
Van Clichy.
Kolarov was also there.
Kolarov was there. Yeah.
Joe Hart was your goalie. That was a good time. It was a fun time.
Yeah, Joe Hart was good too. It was a good.
That was back when you guys still had James Milner.
Yes, James Milner. That's true too. Yeah,
that was a good time.
Now he's over at Liverpool. Good times. Anyway, for sake of argument, you're going to be a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Manchester United plays Villarreal. Villarreal has the population of 53,000. I would just like to let you know, for our soccer fans, that's a population less than half of West Palm Beach. How did Manchester United end up losing to such a small club?
Because Man United isn't that good. And they got exposed. Bruno Fernandes got exposed. Rashford got exposed. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got exposed. They're just not good. They're not that good. Yes, they came in second place, but like it's a meaningless second place. They're so far behind Man City. I think they're so far behind Liverpool. If Liverpool gets healthy, I think they're far behind Liverpool. I think they're behind Chelsea. They're clearly behind Chelsea. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a job because of the goal he scored in '99. That's the only reason why he has a job. It's the same thing as like Aaron Boone with the Yankees, that Aaron Boone only has a job because he hit a home run off Tim Wakefield. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer only has a job because of that goal in '99. What does he do as a coach? What tactics does he have? Name one tactic of Man United. Name one quality of Man United.
I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet that somebody said, "Okay, this is your best 11. This is your bench. Go win, guys."
Yeah, I saw
and that. That's all Ole does.
Yes. I can, like, I don't say this a lot with coaches. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful. I can be a tactician for him. I can tactically come up with a game plan. better than he can. Because I don't understand what's his game plan. He has none. Also, this game proves the fact that Bruno Fernandes isn't as good as people make it seem to be. Where was he that game? Do you know where he was, Ethan?
That's a great question. Lost.
Exactly.
No,
and
he
you
wasn't
want
on
to
the
put
pitch.
and you want to put him
You
on
took-
the team of the year. You want to put him on your team of the year over who did you want to put him over? I think
You put him on the team of the year too.
No. Get back. Watch that episode again. I did not put him on my team of the year. I put Thomas Muller over him
There's like
because I had Kimmich,
I
De
had-
Bruyne, and Thomas Muller. I put
and I had
Thomas Muller
Thomas
over
Muller,
him.
De Bruyne, and what was that other guy?
Bruno Fernandes.
Thomas Muller. Oh, and then Fernandes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he was the worst midfielder in the midfield, but he played good. Oh, can we just talk about Bruno Penaldo? Or sorry, what's his Bruno Penandes? Penandes. That's what it is. Bruno Penandes. Anyway, did he have the worst penalty kick out of all the Manchester United takers?
It went in, so who cares?
Yeah, but like all of them went in.
Except for
So-
De Gea.
Yeah, except De Gea, which
But
I low-key feel bad
it's
because
not. But it's
Rui should have saved like 3 or 4 of those penalties where he put his hand down, and then De Gea also could have saved 3, probably 2 or 3 of those penalties. But as the penalties kept going on, they just got better and better. How many games do you see kickers playing or taking penalty kicks? That was amazing. That was one of the best, finals I've ever seen. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was great. We should have Manchester United lose every year. We're already 2 for 2.
That was a fun game.
That was a really good game.
But fun fact about that game though, I think that game proves the fact that Dean Henderson should be taking De Gea as well. You know how how many games has De Gea gone without saving a penalty?
Wasn't it till 2011 or something like that?
35 games.
35?
He is not. He's on 35. He's all for 35 basically. That's the stat. He has not saved a penalty in 35 attempts. As a professional goalkeeper.
That's amazing. As a professional goalkeeper.
He's so.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
I don't.
It was
I think
2011, right?
I don't know. I heard that stat. I don't know what year it was, but yeah, it kind of proves.
And then
yeah, go on.
Sorry, he's never saved a goal on penalties for Spain at all.
Yeah,
is what I heard.
Yeah. He's not David De Gea is weird in the sense that in 2016, 2017, that was an amazing season. That was one of the greatest goalkeeping seasons of all time. However, when Roy Keane analyzes David De Gea, he's kind of right that he's kind of just flamboyant with his saves. He's not actually a good keeper. He just knows how to dive. Roy Keane's a little bit aggressive.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead with your Roy Keane. I'll ask my question after.
No, I was just saying because Roy Keane's kind of mean with David De Gea, thinking that he's absolute trash, which he's not absolute trash. He's a good starting goalkeeper. But I think Dean Henderson should be the goalkeeper for Man United moving forward. David De Gea is old. He's great. You've done good service for the club, but you gotta go, my guy. I don't think you have it anymore. But go on.
His FIFA card is too high. But let's go back into this. If you're Ole, because okay, unrealistically, because Ole probably wouldn't make a smart substitution. But if you were Ole, do you sub in Dean Henderson for De Gea?
Yes, I saw that, and 100% I would. 100%.
Why not?
That's what Van Gaal did against Costa Rica in the World Cup. It's genius. Why wouldn't you do that? You play mind games with Villarreal. What's the problem?
That would have been the perfect way for Man United to win. But Ole stays Ole.
But Ole doesn't have the balls to do it. You need balls to do that.
No. They need a new coach or a manager.
Yeah, but who?
100%.
Who are they gonna get as a manager?
That's a great.
There's no one available.
If you had if you had an opportunity at Julian Nagelsmann, you should have gone it earlier, but you didn't have an opportunity because obviously now he's at Bayern. Yes, Zinedine Zidane.
He can't speak
But
English.
does he? He's not gonna. Doesn't matter.
No, that
He
doesn't
doesn't-
matter.
but
That
he
doesn't
also doesn't
matter.
want. Bro, just get a translator. You'll
No,
be fine.
like Gary. That's the same logic that Gary Neville had when he went to Valencia, and he won 6 games. Like no, like you need to speak the language of the country you go to.
But like that's one of the interesting things. Is like when you buy a player who may not speak your language, you really have to like get a translator or have somebody who already speaks that language on the team to be there for.
Yeah.
I really wanted to write an article about it, like how maybe not these top teams communicate, but like lower teams within the same divisions communicate like that. You know, I thought that would be really
That
interesting.
would be interesting. Look at Gareth Bale. He didn't even work out in Real Madrid. He hasn't worked out in Real Madrid. He doesn't know Spanish. He knows.
What, he's been there for like 8 years?
Yes, and he knows the same Spanish that we learned in Conde. Like that's bad. You live in
That's
Spain.
horrible.
That's horrible. At least we don't live in Spain. He lived in Madrid, the capital of Spain, and he doesn't know Spanish. And he didn't even make an attempt to learn Spanish.
Irte tapas.
Oh yeah.
Quiero comer hamburguesa, por favor.
How
Yeah,
did you get a hamburger in
that's
Spain,
pretty
my
interesting.
guy?
Yeah, they have McDonald's everywhere. They'll be
Sure.
fine.
Okay. But yeah, that would be a very interesting
All
article, right?
All right, we're running a little late on time, so let's do a little quick fire rapid. Where's Harry Kane going?
City.
City?
Yeah, City.
Okay. I'd probably go. I'm gonna go Real Madrid.
No.
No.
They don't have the money. They don't have the money for that. They're saving up for Mbappe also.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But like
PSG
I
would be
don't-
nice. PSG
would be nice.
but I don't think he
Wow.
wants to leave.
That
he
PSG
doesn't-
team would be nice.
But I don't think he wants to leave England. That's the thing.
Okay, I can see it. I'm gonna stick with Real Madrid though. I think they could go there. All right, Kanate signs for Leipzig for Liverpool. Sorry, signs from Leipzig to Liverpool. Thoughts?
It's great. Adds depth to a position that they actually need depth in. Maybe he can replace Joe Gomez at center back, and if he can live up to his potential, because the way he lives up to his potential, he's a great player. He's great. He's a great long ball. He's a great short, medium, long, whatever passer. Good signing.
A little injury prone, very strong, very fast, and as long as he doesn't get hurt, between him and Joe Gomez, as long as Virgil van Dijk stays healthy, that's going to be a really good defense. Who are you most?
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna throw a fact that his long pass percentage last year was 74%.
Really?
Insane. 74% is nice for a
That's
long,
really good.
for a long ball.
For a center back?
But this was last year. But like, I think this year I think it dropped to like 67, 66. But it's still pretty good.
Wow, only 67? That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but it's, yeah. But anyway, move on.
Who are you most excited to see leave from their current team?
I wanted Ronaldo to leave Juve, but I'm gonna say Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane's the only one who's leaving. I don't think anyone else is leaving.
Ronaldo to PSG?
I wanted Ronaldo to Man United. I don't think he's going to PSG.
You think he would go to Man United?
I think he would go to Man
Why?
United. Because I think it fits.
But, like-
No, because for example, the Glazers want to make the fans happy, right? He's only cost 25
Right.
million. And what a story that would be.
Correct.
He comes back home. Man United fans go crazy for Ronaldo. They love him so much. They lose their mind. Him and Sir Alex Ferguson, they lose their mind over. But I don't think
He almost missed Europa League. I mean,
I
almost
really
in the
wanted
Europa
him
League.
to
That would
leave
have been
Europa
hilarious.
League. Because I really want him to leave Juve. I
Me
really want him to
too,
leave
so badly. That would have been so.
But yeah, Harry Kane. I'm interested
Okay.
to see how Harry Kane goes.
Quick hit. I had no correct football predictions this year except for Bayern. Lille won, City won, Inter won, Incorrect, Milan. Atletico won. Incorrect, Madrid. But Bayern won. Shout out to Bayern. Appreciate you guys. Chris, you didn't go so hot either.
Oh yeah. Well, at least
No,
I didn't
not
pick.
at
At
all.
least I didn't pick AC Milan like you did. They barely made the They
Okay.
barely made the
Okay.
Champions League.
Okay. But I like watching Milan. And Zlatan. Come on.
Oh, Zlatan was hurt. That's
Come on.
why. That's why I didn't win. Zlatan was hurt in the end.
Zlatan. If Zlatan wasn't hurt,
They were undefeated.
they still would have lost probably. But like
No,
it would
they've
have
been
been nice.
invincible. They would have been the Invincibles.
They were invincible. Still the greatest youngest player in
Hey,
Serie A.
I said League On would be close, and I did say Lille would make a good run. I did say that.
You did.
I did 1000%
You did that.
say that.
You did.
I did. I still picked PSG, but I said it would be close.
You did.
Yeah, I'm just.
I
I
give
just.
you that.
I should. I
All
just
right.
take all these job. But anyway, continue.
Biggest transfer of the summer. Not named Harry Kane.
Is gonna even be any transfers other than Harry Kane? Because like no one has any money. Haaland isn't
That's
leaving.
true.
Sancho's
Except
the
the oil
only.
money.
Sancho might leave. Sancho's the only one that might leave. For big money. I don't think Messi's
BBB.
leaving. I don't think Ronaldo's leaving. Memphis Depay to Barcelona. Ooh, Wijnaldum to Barcelona. Oh, Aguero to Barcelona.
Aguero to Barcelona's big.
But yeah, I
Alright.
don't think this transfer market will be that exciting this year.
I'm gonna go Sancho to United
Yeah,
as the biggest one.
I think it's gonna happen.
All right. Transitioning NBA playoffs. Let's go in series by series. We're gonna make it a little quick, but Jazz versus Grizzlies. What is your impression of that series so far?
John Moran is just built different. He's a great player.
Dude, John Morant is a monster.
Oh, but
Where was this all regular season?
he was good in the okay. He was just wasn't getting attention in the regular season because he plays for Memphis. Now he's actually getting attention.
He was good, but he wasn't this good. Zion was playing better than him. This is playing better than Zion was playing in the regular season. One of the funny thing is, and my dad watches this podcast, but he said he was saving himself for the playoffs.
Wouldn't
How are you
surprise
going to
me.
save yourself for the playoffs when you're the 10th seed?
Hey man,
Be like,
you gotta respect the opinion. Well, he. You just need to be a 10 seed to make the playoffs. So clearly he knew what he
that's
was
true.
doing.
That's pretty. Can you believe that there's like 30 teams in the NBA and 20 of them make the playoffs essentially?
Yeah.
I think that's too many.
Even in reality, even when, during a normal season, half the conference makes more than half the conference makes the playoffs.
Yeah. Maybe we should have first round buys. Like football. I don't know. I digress. John Morant's a monster.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win that series?
Jazz. There's no way the Jazz
they
don't
just
win
have
it.
a better team. They just have a way
They're
better
the first
team.
seed. Like, come on.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, we've seen crazy things before.
That's
but
true.
Yeah, I agree. John Morant, that team's just not good enough to go against Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, and company. They're just a better team, especially with Donovan Mitchell coming back.
Yeah.
Healthy. So, I agree. They took game one, but Donovan Mitchell wasn't playing.
Yeah,
So.
the Suns also took game one.
Yeah. We're
Going right into the Suns, though.
going right into the Suns. I would like to say, before the season started, I think it was like episode 4, I was like, the Suns are going to be good. I was a little nervous. I wanted to say like top 3 seed, but I was like, no, that's a little crazy. So I was like top 4, top 5. They were the 2nd seed in the West. And I fully believe with a healthy Chris Paul, they win this series. In 7. In 7. They win this series in 7. But they win this series. How good have they been? How good has DeAndre been? Ayton been? How good has Devin Booker was in game 1? He's great.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder, he's been garbage.
Yeah.
But he's a good player. And Chris Paul. You know what Chris Paul is averaging this series?
What?
6 and 6. You know what he averaged in the regular season?
What, like 18 and 7?
Like 17 and 9. Okay? You're getting half of the production. They were in game 2
Yeah.
until the last 4 minutes of the game. You know why they didn't win that game?
Why?
They didn't have Chris Paul to lead that offense in fourth minutes. With 4 minutes left to play. Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns, they had an opportunity to actually win. But every single year, Chris Paul gets hurt around the same time, like clockwork. Conveniently. 100%.
Yeah.
What? You have to feel bad for the man. Why are you going to say conveniently?
Oh,
you don't feel bad for Chris Paul?
Yeah, like he was saying in Game 3, oh, I've lost the past 11 games that Scott Foster has officiated the playoff game. Like, come on, Chris Paul. Like, stop complaining. Stop. I really wanted you on the Knicks because of this reason. You're a great player. You're a great IQ player. But, like, it's getting to a point every single playoff game you get hurt. When the one chance you have to beat the Golden State Warriors at their peak, you get hurt. You're always hurt. You're not hurt in the regular season. Then all of a sudden, the playoffs, I'm hurt. My leg, my shoulder, I'm hurt. Come on. Be great. You know I'm right.
It's disappointing.
You know I'm right.
It's disappointing.
No, but also,
it's disappointing.
Even if he was healthy, you really think he's gonna beat
Alexa off.
You really think he's gonna beat LeBron James? Exactly.
100%. 100%. Why not? He should have.
The goal?
We're talking about the same. He definitely could have. The GOAT's been beaten before.
No, no.
The second GOAT.
LeBron has
the
not
second GOAT.
LeBron hasn't been beaten.
The second GOAT has been beaten before.
When?
Yes, he has.
To the finals, he's never been
Warriors.
beaten. Not to the finals.
The Spurs.
No, okay.
LeBron to the finals.
LeBron has never been beaten to the finals.
He played he didn't make the playoffs technically.
He missed half the year, and when he was healthy, the team was the fourth seed.
The 11th seed.
No, before LeBron got
and then they dropped to the 11th seed
because he wasn't playing.
Correct, and then they dropped to the 11th seed.
How is that his fault?
Let me get into the point. Let me get into the point.
Yes.
And LeBron came back healthy, correct?
For 2 games.
For a little bit at the end of the season.
Yeah, 2 games.
No, it wasn't longer than that. It was more than that.
Because he got hurt. He got hurt, and then he re-aggravated the injury a little bit. They looked at the stuff in the standings, and they were like,
"Oh, re-aggravated."
I don't even think LeBron James is the GOAT, and I'm defending this man because this man is. Chris Paul is not beating LeBron James no one is beating LeBron James to the finals in the West, even in the East. I think the Lakers. I think the Lakers are going to win the championship this year.
We'll get into it. Nuggets versus Blazers. Take it away from that series.
I don't know. Maybe if I'm the only one, but I kind of find this series interesting. Kind of boring.
They need to break up. Dame and CJ. It's over.
Yeah, go to the Knicks.
Put Dame on a better team.
The Knicks.
CJ's. Ooh. That's not a bad idea. I like that. Maybe it's not a bad idea because we're Knicks fans. But I like that.
Why wouldn't he like it? Big market, good team.
Him and
another star come to the Knicks. We're decent now. We have a plan now. We have a good chemistry now. We have a good atmosphere. We have no problems.
We still have
anymore.
James Dolan,
but James Dolan doesn't speak anymore.
Outside of James Dolan, but yeah, put a muzzle on James Dolan, and the New York Knicks is the perfect franchise. All right, but yeah, no, I think Dame and CJ should be broken up. The Nuggets aren't going to go anywhere, honestly, because they don't have Jamal Murray. But yeah. Nuggets are going to win the series, and they'll probably get bounced out in the second round.
Yeah.
All right. Mavs Clippers.
Oh,
this is a fun one.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go first. Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo. Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard. And Paul George. Who's playing defense? Who's playing defense? Your team is predicated on two-way players. Yet you're giving up 130, 125 consistently to the Mavs every game. Oh, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these threes are wide open. What's going on? Is it coaching? Is it just poor defense? Is it Paul George, Pandemic P? What's going on?
I think it's
What's going
mentality. I just don't think they have the right mentality. Kawhi Leonard is not he's a good player, but he's not a leader.
on? Okay. I was about to say
No.
Kawhi
Leonard is a top 6 player in the league. He's great, but he's not a talker.
Kawhi Leonard's low key having one of the best series.
Yes,
in
he's
the
great.
entire NBA. Yeah, dropped
He's great,
41
but the problem
on 67%
yes,
shooting.
but the problem is he can't rally his team, and also he's not one of Kawhi's best qualities is that he's a two-way player. He was the last non-big man to win Defensive Player of the Year, and he's not picking up Luka. Why? Because you're lazy. Because you're gonna get hurt. Why? Where's the fun in that? Also, Paul George.
Okay,
Yeah.
True. Go ahead on with Paul George.
Paul George, I'm not saying mentally he's got a problem because he talked about when he was in the bubble he had a little bit of depression, stuff like that. I'm not saying that's a problem. He's got a problem mentally with that. I'm saying in the game, he looks like he's just. What are you doing, Paul? What are you doing? I don't think this team has any drive or any ambition to win. They tanked the final 2 games to avoid playing the Lakers, thinking, oh, we're gonna play Dallas Mavericks, and they're getting cooked by Luka, who's a top 10 player in the league. But Luka has no help. Porzingis isn't doing anything. They have no defense. What did they do? There's no reason this series should go more than 5 games.
I 100% agree, and it stems back to the pandemic last year. They stole 2 games in the bubble. You're the Maverick. You're the Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers. You are led by Kawhi Leonard, a former NBA champion. You have 2-time NBA champion. And you can argue that MVP, he was the best player in that series. For both of them.
100%.
For both of them.
Yeah.
Why can't you beat Luka Doncic and the nobodies? Now, fair enough to the Dallas Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been amazing. And Kristaps Porzingis has been good outside of Game 3, where Game 3 he was terrible. And they've gotten help from the supporting cast. But there's something. I think it's an issue on Ty Lue, honestly. I think it's an issue on Ty Lue. But
go.
But one of the problems is, why isn't Rajon Rondo getting more minutes? Their teams look better with Rajon Rondo on the field. Now, do you have Patrick Beverley? Do you have Reggie Jackson? Or do you have Rajon Rondo start? It's the game with the point guard situation. When you have Chris Paul within the last 5 minutes, your offense flows and it looks better. You have Rajon Rondo in, if you have him in for the last 5 minutes, or just throughout the game in general, your offense looks much better. Where is it? And it allows Kawhi to play off ball, and it allows Paul George to play off ball. And they're both better off ball players when they can run around and then grab the ball and then do their thing every now and then instead of isoing. What is Paul George doing taking a 3 against Kristaps Porzingis? He's 7'4". All he has to do is put his hand up. You take him on the line. I'm a Knicks fan. I know this. His feet, every now and then, it's a little slow. Take him. Just take him. You're Paul George. And then maybe, if you want, you take him a couple times and then, hit him with a step back so you get him leaning. But what is going on? And I know you wanted to go into the Ty Lue factor, but if your team's not motivated as a coach, there's something wrong. Which is funny because they got Doc Rivers fired and they may end up out of the first round. Look where Doc Rivers is right now. Where's Doc Rivers right now?
First seed.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. First seed. Destroying the Wizards. Go ahead, Chris.
That's why I don't think it's really a Ty Lue issue, because this issue has been a thing since Doc Rivers. They had such an arrogance with them, the Clippers, that they're so cocky. They're like they were built. They're a weirdly built team. Before they had Rondo, they didn't have a point guard. They were built solely to beat LeBron. They got a lot of big wing defenders. They got Paul George, Morris, Kawhi, yada yada yada. The whole idea was like, oh, we're gonna beat all the Western Conference teams. Then that whatever. It was just us against LeBron. It's the battle of LA. They can't even beat Luca. How are you gonna get to LeBron? You can't beat Luca. But also, is this more of a fact? Well, we're gonna see if the Mavericks actually win this. Is this more that the Clippers are choking, or is Luka just built different? Could be Luka's just that good.
Luka's good though.
Yeah, exactly.
Luka's
That's what I'm
good,
saying. Is it the fact that the Clippers are just like
That
mentally
dude
weak?
is
Yeah, he's a beast.
dude's a baller. Yeah, dude's a baller.
Could it be? Could it be Is it a problem that they're not starting Rondo? They're weak mentality. Kawhi doesn't talk. Yada yada yada. Or it's the fact that Luka is just that good. And we'll find out if the Mavericks.
It could be the start. Well, we will find out. It could be the start of one of those legendary careers where they beat a team that they weren't supposed to. They go on a run, lose to LeBron in the Western Conference Finals, but set a stage for future years. It's going to be very interesting. All right, moving on to the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Who are you taking in the Mavs Clippers series? 2-1. Mavs. I'll take the Mavs too. I was thinking about the Clippers. I was thinking very hard on the Clippers, but so many things went wrong for the Mavericks. Game 3, I just feel like they can pull it out still. Okay, Eastern Conference. 76ers versus Wizards. I feel like this is going to be very quick. Tell us. Ooh, actually not very quick. Popcorn. Russell Westbrook.
Oh, yeah. NBA's got a problem now, don't they?
They sure do. See, Philadelphia fans are the worst fans in all sports. You have the Santa Claus incident. You have the popcorn incident. I'm pretty sure there's more. Yep, Michael Irvin. Oh my goodness.
People thought he was paralyzed and they were booing him. Yeah.
They have the worst fan base in all of sports. They have EDP. I feel like that explains everything.
Oh, let's not talk about that in this podcast.
No.
Let's not talk about that. We can't talk about this. We're gonna get demonetized.
You think he's a great guy, and you think that they have this illustrious fan base, this great fan base, and then you dive a little bit deeper, and they're terrible. They're rancid. And they're the worst franchise in the league. They're the worst city in the league. Nothing against actual Philly. Their cheesesteaks are nice. But the Liberty Bell, very nice.
Yeah.
But
it was a shame I rooted for them in 2017 or 2018.
You ruined what?
I rooted for them in the Super Bowl.
Oh, you rooted for them?
Against New England.
You're a Giants fan. How do you root for the...
No, because I just hate the city of Boston more.
Okay. See, agree to disagree. I just hate the city of Philly way more.
Yeah. I can't stand Boston. I cannot stand Bostonians. I can't stand the city of Boston. The way you feel about Philly, I feel about Boston. I can't stand the city. I can't stand the people. I can't stand the teams.
Yeah. So I'm glad we have this stance on, because the way I look at Phillies is they're the scum of the earth, and it's great. You know why? Because my grandmother's from Philly.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of arguments, all the time, and our relationship can be rocky sometimes. You know what I mean? And I attest that too. I love her 100%. Don't get it wrong, but she's from Philly. Yeah. It's just how it works.
It's like being from Jersey, like you.
Moving on, before I get into this podcast. Nets versus Celtics.
Yeah, this is done also.
This is the done series.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting. Jason Tatum, he dropped 50. That was cool.
Wow. Now do that 4 other times.
That's true. How good is Jason Tatum? Do you
Great.
think this Boston Celtics team can be like good eventually again? They don't have Jaylen Brown.
I wonder if Brad Stevens is in the hot seat. Because I think Brad Stevens is a great coach and all, but like there was a good comparison with Brad Stevens that like Brad Stevens can use a Fiat, he can use a Camry, he can use a Corolla, but can he run a Ferrari? Can he drive a Ferrari? Can he like? And he's got problems with stars. Kyrie left. Him and Tatum right now has got a problem. Like
Kemba Walker was supposed to be good.
I know,
and
like,
now
he was okay.
He's not.
He was okay, but like he can drive a Corolla, but he can't drive a Ferrari. That's the problem he has. I don't know. That team is unique. I want to see what happens to that team.
All right. Bucks Heat. This one's actually
done.
over.
It's actually done now.
Oh, yeah, it's actually done. Yeah, it's actually done. I wanted to give a little stats. Heat losing Jay Crowder, which was, I mean, obviously he's shooting for 2 for 19, but he's one of those big bodies that you can throw on a Giannis. I think really had a big impact on the series. Jimmy Butler also shooting 30%, didn't really help. Did you know the only Heat players averaging 50% or more from the field was Iggy and Dwayne Dedmon? Everybody else is at 43% or less. 43%. And that includes Bam Adebayo, a center. Okay? Tyler Hero was shooting at 28% for the clip. Actually, Goran Dragic was shooting at 43%. Everybody else was shooting less than 40. Or 40 or less. Do you accredit that series to the Bucks defense or just the Heat just not being as good?
No, the Bucks played with a conviction. Like they actually I think they. The problem with the Heat, I don't think enough people give enough talk about it. The fact that they only had 6 weeks off in the offseason. Like they are fatigued. They are really, really tired. And they need a break. There was a stat, the amount of time compared to what Julius Randle had off and what the Heat had off. Julius Randle could have conceived a kid, had that kid be pregnant in the time he had off. Whereas the Heat had 6 weeks off. That's like a summer term in college. 6 weeks. Like they were fatigued. They needed a break.
Don't remind me.
They needed a break, and I don't. Let's see next year. I want to see what happens with the C team next year because I'm putting this team up as a wash.
You put it as a wash. All right.
Yeah, I want to
Knicks
see
versus Hawks.
Oh,
this is the most. Sorry, this is the most interesting of the 4.
Mm.
Who are you picking to win the series?
The Knicks. I can't not pick the Knicks, Ethan.
That's fair.
And you too. You can't not pick the Knicks.
If I was any other fan besides the New York Knicks, I'm picking the Hawks. But I'm a Knicks fan, so I have to pick the Hawks.
No, but I don't think you could.
The Knicks have played horrible.
No, Julius Randle and RJ Barrett have played horrible.
Sorry, and RJ Barrett have played horrible. Derrick Rose has played amazing. Derrick Rose is playing like superstar Derrick Rose. Well, not obviously MVP Derrick Rose, but very, very good Derrick Rose with less athleticism. What is the issue in New York? Besides some New Yorker trying to spit on Trae Young and accidentally hitting 50 Cent's girlfriend.
Well, that's just you. In all reality, if we weren't from New York, I think we would say New York fans are also one of the worst fans. We're kind of all toxic.
That's fair.
We shut down Madison Avenue after winning 1 game, Ethan. 1 game. we are having chance F Trae Young. We don't. What are we trying to do? What's our fascination with pissing off stars?
My favorite chant though. Trae Young is balding. Trae Young is balding. That was so good. That was so fun.
But I don't know. Did you see what the Knicks posted on their Instagram for the playoffs? Huh?
No, I did not. Go ahead.
So before the playoffs, they did like a post with all our players on the line, whatever, and edit saying, "Oh, we're ready," yada yada yada. They had Theo Pinson in the warm up uniform. Like every other player was dressed up in uniform. Theo Pinson was just sitting on the bench smiling. And I'm like, bro, Theo, you gotta put respect on Theo Pinson, even though he's only averaging 0.1 points per game this season on 17 games. You gotta put him, like, at least put him in a jersey. Like when you get time, look at that image. He's legit wearing warm-ups. He's just standing in the corner smiling. But anyway, the Knicks got a prop. The Knicks have, if Julius Randle can actually, like, make a shot, I think the Knicks can run away with this series. The fact that it's so close.
Oh, for sure. But the problem is,
Julius Randle. I think the problem is with Julius Randle. I think the moment is too much for him, and he needs to just relax, Julius. Just relax. It's okay. You're getting. I think he's overwhelming himself. To like, oh, I gotta do it. I gotta be the one. I gotta be the guy. I gotta be the guy. Gotta prove the fact that I'm the star of New York. Like, just relax. It's okay. Your shots will come. Just take a chill pill. It's okay, Julius. Listen to your son. Like, let your son give you a pep talk.
that was like the cutest video I've ever seen. It's just his son giving over the MIP award. That was awesome. But no excuses. He's played horrible. RJ Barrett has played horrible as well. Both of them have disappeared, essentially. They don't win the series if both of them stay like this for the rest of the series. We barely won game 2, which was pretty interesting. And we probably should have won game 1, but it's just playing terrible. And we had an opportunity in game 3 to have, well, we did have a lead going into the first when Randall shot the 3 to what was it called? To end the first quarter.
Yeah.
But the problem was he went 2 for 19 for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Or 3 for 19 for the rest of the game. Your best player. And what I was listening to from the broadcast is you have to impact in other ways if you're not going to shoot. You're not Kobe. Look, it was great. I heard this great story. They were talking about how on the broadcast that Kobe stuck with him. And he was like, hey, look, it's your off day. Go get 500 shots up. That's great. Continue to do that. But don't shoot like Kobe because you're not Kobe. You're just not Kobe. Don't follow him in that footsteps like that. Pass the ball. Be good as your point forward type. And just give an opportunity to other players. Derrick Rose is playing amazing. Alec Burke is playing amazing. And I really think we're also missing Mitchell Robinson in this series.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
Trae Young is driving the pick and roll. Trae Young is driving to the with the pick and roll. He's just doing floaters because Taj Gibson, he's good and all, but like he's old. He's an old man.
He doesn't create the vertical threat that Mitchell Robinson does.
I haven't seen Taj Gibson contest Trae Young's floater.
Ever. No.
He hasn't.
And it just always goes in. It always goes in. I haven't seen it miss all series, maybe once.
Yeah, I know.
So,
the Knicks. I still think the Knicks can do it, but I don't think they win game 4. I think they come back. They win game 5, 6, and 7.
They come back from 3-1.
Yes, I think the Knicks. I can't see them winning game 4.
If we lose game 4, there's no way we're gonna win.
No, I think we can win the series because we win game 5, and then we have momentum game 6 and game 7 is just a toss up. Game 7 in Madison Square Garden. Come on,
that would be amazing. Oh man, I would love to see that.
It's a shame we're not going to play the Nets.
Oh, that would be great too. Wait, if we win, we play the 76ers, correct?
Yep.
You never know. Well, maybe.
No, it's not.
Maybe. We gotta
hope Ben Simmons. We gotta hope Ben
Knicks
Simmons.
to the finals. Speaking of Knicks to the finals. To end our podcast, what is your final selection?
Lakers, Nets. But I'm not comfortable with the Nets. I'm comfortable with the Lakers. I'm not comfortable with the Nets.
Gotcha. And you having the Lakers take it all?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stick with my original prediction before the NBA season started. Lakers Nets, which was pretty interesting. I decided that because I thought Harden was going to go to the Nets, and he eventually went to the Nets. And I took the Nets winning it all. I'm going to stick to that for now, and let's see what happens. It's going to be series no matter what, unless the Bucks make it, which is potential.
I could see that happening because I don't know who on the Nets is gonna stop Giannis.
Unless it's the fourth quarter, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. That's neither here. If the Bucks make it, do you think the Bucks could beat the Lakers?
No.
No. All right, and that'll end our podcast. We appreciate you guys on a new platform, YouTube. This is me signing out. You guys have a great day now.